Good morning, everyone. It's Matt here. I am making a video on my birthday of all days, resolving political problems. So, um, there, I've had to deal with a lot of controversies. I want to address a controversy today regarding a person who used to be a good friend of mine. I'm not throwing out that title either, but she doesn't like me very much at all. She actually kind of hates my guts. I was close friends with a person who had a very traumatized life. She was engaged in like alternative sexualities. Um, she's very interested in kink and those kinds of things. Uh, I call her a sex dork. I say that affectionately. And we had a falling out because while both of us are interested in gender politics and these things, there we have a big disagreement regarding how to liaise with the public regarding gender politics, and also how to engage in civil discourse. There are thousands of different political beliefs, well, an infinite amount actually. Um, like a big reason, political part of why I made taco, well, developed taco into what it is now. It's been a fairly ad hoc effort, really. Was to uh, really, it's not just ad hoc. Right? There's a lot of theory behind it. Like I made one layer and things turned out some way, then I made another layer. Right? It's a genuine piece of process art. It's jazz, right? Um, Beautiful jazz. Getting back to my point, um, so like we have different ideas about this, and like the point of Taco at the moment is to try and defend the commons of democracy, right? So what we're doing is the act of protest when people engage in the Taco game. Brings people together around this, and then we can direct that hopefully to at the correct times to people who are engaged in the game to engage in more direct revolutionary action. Um, so it, it keeps people together. Basically, that's the entire point of the Taco game. Um, it's I'm trying to use this to defend the commons of democracy in countries overseas which have issues with oligarchy. We're going to see how this works. Got some ideas about this. It's all up in the air. Um, but to engage in civil discourse, in my mind, means that we are able to sit down with each other and able to be respectful of other people's opinions and understand where they're coming from, um, and culturally where they're coming from, the era that they're coming from. And what happened is that in a club that myself and this person were in, one of the elderly people who was running it, not elderly, that's so rude. Like I think he was like he was a man like he was older than the rest of the people in the group, right? Um, and he was running it, and he was doing this in his free time, and he misgendered someone who was trans. They uh, were a woman, and he called them a man, right? And it wasn't out of spite. It was just an off the cuff thing. He was trying to give a clue about a piece of information, because this game is an intrigue game where you use deductive reasoning, and he said something like, the person is a man or something like that. Um, Now, he wasn't trying to cause problems. He just did something by accident. And when you're running a group, like I saw this guy, I was like, man, he's doing this in his free time, right? He's from a different generation. He's having to learn all these new social norms, right? And so much has changed. Don't get up the poor guy, and don't get all riled up and self, how do I put it, and self righteous about it, that you're that this person misgendered, because she was slightly abusive to him, in my opinion. By the way, we had a conversation about this. I was intoxicated at the time. One of the dangerous things, if you have worked in healthcare, mental health care, is that the how people perceive you as outside of it changes, and like I've learned that you can never really put your guard down because you're still you're still you're still the therapist no matter what to an extent. And also, her and I had been quite close, so when I called her out on these things, she was quite upset, and I did not do it in a very dignified way because I was intoxicated. Um, and either way, I've had all kinds of problems with this woman following this. Right? I don't deserve it. I really just wish that she would kind of put it like slow down with it. She's obviously very hurt. She's had a very difficult life. I think the way that that relationship deteriorated was particularly painful for her. I've had experiences which have been similar, um, but it needs to stop. The political drama from this needs to stop. We just need to get on with things. Um, I've already told her to grow up. Um, I'm sorry. That's what this is. This is civility. People are going to have different ideas and different opinions. They're different from you. The guy was not sexist or racist. He would have he, like we just need to have a little bit of tolerance. That's what I'm saying. And claiming that you're defending tolerance by being intolerant, sometimes there's a place for that. But a lot of grace is needed for society to function. And this is a situation where grace is needed, and I would like to receive a little bit of that grace as well. And I'd like to get on with my life and be able to engage in the community without having this woman cause me all kinds of unnecessary drama.